Israel's President, Reuven Rivlin, has launched a stark denunciation of the policies of the right-wing government of the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, warning that Israeli democracy is in danger. In a speech at the opening of the winter session of the Knesset, the Israeli parliament, Rivlin bluntly accused government ministers of promoting efforts to weaken Israel's Supreme Court and silence the free media. Israel's right-wing justice minister hails Supreme Court appointments. Read more. Changes to the Supreme Court have become a toxic political issue in a country where the separation between the judiciary and legislature is hotly contested, and where the political right has seen the court as an obstruction to its agenda. Rivlin, whose position is largely ceremonial, described proposed moves against the court by Israel's most right-wing government ever, in particular by the far-right education minister, Naftali Bennett, and his allies, as part of a continuous attempt to weaken the gatekeepers of the Israeli democracy. Seated at the dais opposite Netanyahu, he said, "In this climate of delegitimization, the atmosphere of everything is political, trickles down to the public, who receive the message that there is no more statesmanship, that there is only ruling and democracy. And in this climate, democracy means that the strong decides." He added, "Leadership in a democratic country is the art of creating agreements, not vanquishing opponents. A democratic society is based on building processes, not revolutions." The Israeli president continued by criticizing the politicization of Israel's state institutions, which critics claim have gradually been placed in the hands of people regarded as loyal to Netanyahu and ministers in his coalition. "In this revolution, the ruler is also the victim. We'll show them," is the soundtrack of the revolution. "The stateliness has gone from our country. After us the deluge." Returning to the subject of right-wing moves to remove the ability of Israel's top court to strike down laws passed by MPs, he added, "How can a threatened, conformist and toothless court be in the interest of the State of Israel? Of Israeli democracy?" The comments by Rivlin, who comes from the same right-wing Likud party as Netanyahu, will have particular resonance in Israel, while warnings that democracy is in danger of being undermined are commonplace on Israel's marginalized left. Rivlin's remarks will be harder to ignore.